Building muscle can get rather complicated. Or is it? There's so much advice out there that you can get overwhelmed rather quickly. So in this video, I want to break down hypertrophy in a way that's easy to digest and helps you become more informed. So everything we're going to talk about today will be based on science and evidence, and I'll have all the research linked below in the description so you guys can check that out and learn a little bit more if you're interested. So with that being said, let's jump right into this. I want to start this video with the order of the components that I think are most important to seeing success when it comes to hypertrophy. If you guys are looking for a hypertrophy program that's based on the science, the research, and the evidence, go ahead and check the link in the description. It'll send you over to my website for a 1 month long hypertrophy program for each muscle group. So you can get chest, back, shoulders, legs, triceps, biceps, whatever you want. But if you want them all together, you can download that. I think it's definitely worth it. It's a good guide to help you throughout the process. You guys can check that out. I don't want to bore you with that, but let's get back into this. Consistency is one of the #1 ways to see success in the gym. And as a personal trainer, I have people ask me all the time, what are some of the best ways to get bigger? When I ask people to tell me about their workout routine, they'll say they work out 5 days a week, all the way to failure, and have perfect nutrition. But when I ask them how long they've been doing this for, typically I'll hear a rather short amount of time, like maybe 3 months. Consistency takes a year, 2 years, 3 years. It takes a lot of time, and a really good analogy of this is adding sand to a plate, and over time, each workout is one piece of sand. Alone, each workout really doesn't amount to much, but the more consistency you have, after 100 workouts, there's a significant pile starting to accumulate. The more consistent you stay, the better results you'll have, even if you're using a suboptimal workout routine. Got it? Good, moving on. Next is training intensity. If you're training like you're going for a walk in the park, that's not going to optimize strength, but pushing close to failure will definitely yield better results. Don't get me wrong, lifting without going hard can have some general health benefits and definitely has its place. But that's not who this video is for. If you're trying to optimize growth, you need to push hard. This means going to failure on your lifts. But if you're not accustomed to this, don't just start out by pushing every single lift to failure. If you do a total of 10 sets on the bench press, maybe add 2 or 3 sets to failure your first 2 weeks, and then slowly progress from there. So you'll be pushing pretty heavy with this, but what kind of load should you be pushing? Well, it turns out anywhere between 5 and 30 reps seems to yield very similar results when it comes to hypertrophy. And I've made a video on this, I'll link it at the end on what the best rep ranges are. And on occasion, I even recommend mixing up your rep ranges. I like to do what's called a ladder set. So maybe I'll hit 15 reps, and then the next set I'll go for 12, the next set 8, the next set 6. And I like to jump around like that. It keeps the workout fresh, allows me to work through a little bit of higher rep ranges and a little bit of lower rep ranges, but that's totally up to you on what you find to be the best way to train. Good, moving on. The next is going to be our volume, and I think volume gets misunderstood a lot, so I want to explain this and structure this the best way I can. When we discuss volume, typically we're referring to the total number of sets one performs, and the best way to look at this is total weekly sets. And if you're looking to start to experience hypertrophy, it looks like 4 sets per muscle group is the bare minimum, with appropriate intensity, of course. Although I typically recommend all of my clients starting out with a minimum of 10 sets per week per muscle group. The amount of previous training you have will have a big impact on this. So if you're someone that's completely new, 4 to 6 sets might be good for your first week or 2. But if you're a well-trained athlete, 10 to 20 might be more ideal. But going overboard can have a negative impact as well. And this is where you're gonna have to listen to your body and see how you're recovering. Now, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, wow, 20 sets a week is a lot to recover from in a single workout, that's because it is. Try splitting your workouts up into different days throughout the week. For example, Monday I might hit 13 sets on chest. Pushing hard, this is gonna be a good amount of volume, and I'll take a few days to recover from this. But when Friday comes around, I can train chest again, and let's say I hit another 6 to 8 more sets. Now, just because I'm doing less sets doesn't mean I train with a lower intensity. I'm still going with a rather high intensity, and my total weekly volume will be around 20 total sets. If you are stopping shy of failure on sets, just know that you might have to hit a little bit more volume to feel that full fatigue and to get the appropriate stimulus. I definitely recommend stopping shy of failure, especially if it's a new exercise to you. And that's gonna lead us into our next topic, exercise selection. A lot of people might think that exercise selection would be rather important and a lot higher up on this list. But really, at the end of the day, the exercise selection doesn't have to be overly complicated. Some of the most basic, simplistic exercises can be really effective. Things like the bench press, squats, shoulder press, leg extension, pull downs, bicep curls, these are just a few examples of foundational movements that are hypertrophy 101 for most programs. Fancy, complicated looking exercises are just that. They look cool, but they don't always deliver the best results. Now, I don't think there's specifically bad exercises, just different applications for each one. Although I'm sure you guys could challenge me with this. Let's hear in the comments what exercises you guys think are bad exercises, and we'll see if we can, as a group, come up with any reasons you should use them. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the algorithm. If you guys are looking for a hypertrophy specific program, check that out. Links in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day. And this video right up here is on rep ranges. And I hope you check that out. Click the button, why not? Check it out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.